welcome to DevEco Studio for HarmonyOS. Today we're going to look how to navigate between pages in HarmonyOS application. We're going to look how we can move from one layout to another layout and how to pass data from one layout to another layout. All right, so I'm going to create new empty ability project. So create new project here. I'm going to give it a name. Page navigation. So project type application, run on phone and also tablet, and finish. All right, so now we create an empty project. What we need now is to create a simple layout which will contain a text field and a button. All right, so we're going to go to the resource, base layout, and here we're going to create just a simple layout which contain our text field and also a button. Okay, so here I'm going to change to navigation example, and down here I'm going to create a text field. So for a text field, what we need is I'm going to use an example from the previous video. So I'm going to create a text field, which is this. And this text field basically contain value. So certainly enter text here for the hint. And this is not a number. So I'm going to change this instead of pattern number. So we can just use pattern text, or we can just leave it empty. And we need this background text field because we don't have a background text field. So I'm going to take a background text field, which is supposed to be in the graphic folder. So this basically comes from my previous class, from my previous example. You can go and check it out. So this is my background text field, so which basically will be referred through this background element. So next, what we need is a button. So again, I'm going to use the same button as previous example. So this is our button. So I'm going to change, go to page 2, and this will require background button graphic. So I'm going to pick up a background button graphic and put it into my background button. All right, so we have background button for our layout. So this button basically will get value from our text field, and that value we're going to transfer, or we're going to pass to the to another layout. But we're going to complete this first layout first, the main layout first, and we're going to move from there. All right, so we have the layout, and then what we need now is to get the value from this text field and also implement button listener. So for that, we need to go to slice, main activity slice, and we need to define our text field, object, and button btn object. So we need to import text field. Then we can assign our text field to the correct ID. So can have text field. Don't have to define because we already have up there. Equal our text field, and we need to find based on find component by ID, resource table dot ID for text field. Nope. So text field name. Okay, we need to change the name here first. So text field, this one, text field text. So just provide that with text field text, and then for button, equal button, and we can just take this one and button. Alright, so we have the button ready. So for the button, we can implement the click listener, btn dot set click listener, and inside new component, click listener, and we have the on click override method. And then we can get the value, so string text equal text field dot get text. So we get the value from our text field, and then once we get the value, we want to use this value to pass to another layout. Alright, so we have this layout first, and we can just print out the value, or we can just show the value. So for now, our layout should be able to receive value, or should be able to get the value from our text field. And we're going to use this value and pass this value to another layout. Alright, so next we're going to look how to create new layout for our application. Alright, so to create new layout, what we need to do now is we can just go to this layout and right click new. We can just create ability, so we can create an empty page ability. Alright, so you can give it any name. So the names here main ability, so they provide automatically with a main ability 2. So we can just go ahead and the layout name here, ability main 2, the page name or the logic class is main ability 2, and press finish. So what we have now, is the second page, the second class. So this is our second page. Alright, so our second page here contain one text. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a label here. So this label basically just to welcome to page 2. And we're going to need another text. So the text basically will host the value that we pass to the layout. Hello, this one is text. You can just text value here. All right, so we have the main ability main 2.xml. So we need to go to the main ability 2 slice for us to define our text object. So we can define our text for the value to be displayed. Give it any names, text value or text pass text, and then we can define our pass text here equal text. This one, just take the code from here, basically the same, but this one not text field. I didn't use text field here, just want to take this one. All right, so ID, we have the text value, and we do have the text value, but this is for the second ability. The ID is text. We don't have. What's wrong with the text value? Oh, I didn't. Find view by ID. Sorry, let me check. It should be text and resource table .id. Perhaps this is I need to change the names here first. Hold on. Let me close this so that I don't get confused. There's a lot of page open. I'm going to change this to different names. Text output. Maybe can use that, and can just use not the same. Find component by ID. Find component by ID. Pass text here. Should be the same. Oh yeah, I just noticed that I basically import the wrong text class, so not that one. So this is supposed to be a component, so text output. All right, so we have the output, so we want to display the result here. All right, so how do we do that? There are two ways to navigate, two methods to navigate from one page to the other. The method basically called either present or the start ability. Okay, so I'm going to use the first one first. So it means that we want to move from one layout to the other layout. So we want to move from this main ability slice to the main ability to slice to the second layout here. All right, so the first layout now, the first method here is to use what we call as a ability slice and target, call it, create a method called target slice. Target slice equal new, call it main ability slice. So where we want to go? We want to go to main ability 2 slice. So we select main ability 2 slice. We need to create our intent. So create an object intent equal new intent. Oh, sorry, yeah, new intent. And then Actually, you can pass a parameter here, but I'm not quite sure why I was unable to pass the parameter through this what we call as present method. But for just for knowledge, let me insert intent dot set param. So we want to pass value, so we can just use our, let's say, test key here, key value pair, and the value that we want to pass. So let's say we want to pass our text dot get text. Actually, we do already have the get text, so we just pass text or my text. Okay, so we want to pass this value, but I'm not quite sure what's wrong here, but I'm unable to print out the value back to the second page. So we just use present, and we want to pass to the target slice, and with the intent. Okay, so this is basically the first method. And actually you can just, with this you can straight away move to the, you can actually already be able to move from one layout to the other. So let me try this first. Turn on the Notepad Pro and let's see if we can move from one page to the other. All right, so run entry. Try to increase the size here. Maybe somewhere we can increase the size. All right, so let's try to run this. Wait for the application to run through its Gradle here. So launch deploying app. All right, so running the application. So we should be able to have our input and button. Right, so okay, so I'm going to take the value. Just let me turn on this keyboard first. For now, you cannot. You've given 1 hour to use this remote device, but then you need to restart and you lost all the configuration, all the installation from there. So show virtual keyboard. Why is it taking? All right, so you can put any value, anything. So press this button, go to page 2. All right, so welcome to page 2. So this is page 2, and then you can go back to page 1. All right, so here in what we have done is basically we are able to navigate from one page to the other page. So in my second page here also I print out the same value here. So you can just delete this. And the idea is that I want the value to be printed here also. I want the value that I want to pass from the first page to the second page to be appear here. All right, so here what we need to do now is to grab the value in the main ability to slice, which is display in this pass tag down here. All right, so by default, it should be able to get the intent here. It should be able to grab that value, but for no reason, I have no idea what's going on. So let's say if I try to grab the value, so the value here basically you can just use can check first if get ability. If get ability is not equal null, alright, so get ability is not equal null, and then we need to check if our get ability dot get intent and then get intent has parameter. Check if there's a parameter there with the key. So the key that we pass from here is being called test key. Alright, so we check first if the key, if the intent has parameter with key. So what we need now, just get the value, string value from parameter equal get ability dot get intent. Actually, you can just get all the values straight away, but we just want to confirm that it is not null. Get intent, get string parameter, and the string parameter here is a test key, and then we can just close that. Next, we just print out the value to the pass tag here, pass tag that set tags val from parameter. So once you get value from parameter, missing there. But if there's a no parameter coming, so we can just use else. We set just print out no value, pass. Okay, so as simple as that. So let's try this one more time. Stop and rerun. So this is the first method that I use, which is present. Okay, you build where you want to go, the target slice you want to go, and then build an intent and set parameter to intent and use present to pass the value. Let's see if you can get it to print out the value or to pass the value. All right, so what do you have the all right, so let's see. Put in my Harmony. Oops, sorry. Again, you cannot write the codes. You need to set. I need to restart my MatPad Pro because sometimes it doesn't respond. So all right, so enter text. Harmony. So go to page 2. Okay, so you can see here no value passed. So even though I built the text and then it should be able to get the value from here, but it doesn't seem to pass any value at all. All right, so I'm going to move on to the second method that I confirm it works. So let me put this to comment, and I'm going to use the second method. All right, so the second method basically is this. All right, so the second method, we need to build the intent also. So intent equal new intent. Okay, so we build the intent and then we create operation. Okay, so operation equal new operation. So for operation, what we need now, oh, sorry, not new operation intent.operation builder. All right, so we need to import import the class operation, and the operation builder here will require the following options. With device ID, so let it empty here. With bundle name, so this is the names of your bundle. So my bundle name called this. And the third option is with ability name. So this is your class, your page name. So this page is called, sorry, not that one, main ability 2. So this main ability 2 dot main ability 2. And finally build. So once we have built, we can close operation, and we can use intent dot set param. So we need to do that also with our test key, and then I'm going to pass the my tags. Okay, the text that we receive from our text field, and then intent dot set operation to the operation, and finally start ability through the intent, pass the intent. All right, so this is basically the way that I do it, that be able to pass the value. All right, so stop and rerun. All right, so let's try this one. So what did I say? HarmonyOS. All right, so go to page 2. So you can see that HarmonyOS is there. So let me try add welcome here. Welcome to HarmonyOS. Go to page 2. Right, so you can see the text here successfully passed to the second page. This one I'm not quite sure if I need to add something, because this is based on the documentation that I found out in the HarmonyOS developer page. So yeah, I found out this one is working if you want to pass value, but if you just want to navigate, you can just straight away use present and set the target slice with an empty parameter, because it didn't even send any parameter, or maybe I'm doing something wrong here, which is I'm not aware of. So the second method, the one that I use here, is working, and you should be able to move from one page to the other. So if you want to move to another page, you can just create new page, and so you can just move around from one page to the other page. All right, so I think that is quite interesting to learn new things with HarmonyOS, DevEco 2, with MatePad Pro remote device. Now you should be able to move from one layout to the other. You can check out my GitHub page down in the description for this sample code here, and you can use that as your reference. All right, so this is just for learning. I'm not quite sure the feature for DevEco 2, and this is just my take on this DevEco 2 HarmonyOS. All right, so with that, keep learning and keep sharing. Bye-bye.